Monsieur le Président, dans une entrevue mercredi avec le Wall Street Journal, le premier ministre avait laissé entendre qu'il avait été approché par le président Obama en vue de faire une plus grande contribution à la guerre en Irak. Mais hier, on a appris, bien sûr, que c'était l'inverse. En fait, c'était le premier ministre qui avait approché les États-Unis avec la question « Qu'est-ce qu'on peut faire de plus? » Pourquoi est-ce que le premier ministre a trompé les Canadiens?
The Honourable Parliamentary Secretary to the Minister of National Defence.
Well, that's not at all what's happened. We know that this conversation started back in August with President Obama reaching out to Canada and to the Prime Minister to engage all allies and trying to build a coalition to deal with ISIL. And I can tell you, Mr. Speaker, that throughout history, Canada has always answered the call when innocents are being killed and when civilization itself is threatened. We will not stand idly by while ISIL continues to murder the innocent civilians and religious minorities in Iraq. Now, the United States has asked for additional military support. We're going to consider this request as we come up on the renewal of the 30-day deployment.
L'honorable député de Western-Ville-Marie.
Mr. Speaker, in his interview with the Wall Street Journal, the Prime Minister was in fact misleading on more than one issue. He in fact told the interviewer of the Wall Street Journal that Canada does not collect metadata for its national security activities, when in fact it does. And as I've said, the Prime Minister told Canadians that he was approached by the United States as opposed to the inverse of that. Don't Canadians deserve a Prime Minister who is honest on these crucial issues?
The Honourable Parliamentary Secretary.
Well, Mr. Speaker, what a bunch of bunk. I can tell you, Mr. Speaker, that CSEC is prohibited by law from targeting Canadians at home or abroad, directly or indirectly. Now, the CSEC's independent watchdog said in his annual report just this year, and he said, concern that commentators are raising fears that are based not on fact, but rather on partial and sometimes incorrect information regarding certain CSEC activities. He also verified that CSEC activities do not intentionally target the private communications of Canadians or any person in Canada, which would be unlawful. Now, the opposition should actually read the watchdog's report.
The Honourable Member for Westmount-Ville-Marie.
Just a correction, Mr. Speaker. Canada does, in fact, collect metadata. They depend on it for their security activities. A Canadian military mission in Iraq is an extremely serious undertaking. Canadians need to be fully informed about what the government is proposing to do on their behalf. There should be no confusion about important questions such as whether it's the U.S. asking Canada for additional help or whether it's the Prime Minister offering to provide additional help for an expanded mission. Can the government assure us that going forward will be fully transparent with Parliament and Canadians about what undertakings it is proposing?
The Honourable Parliamentary Secretary.
Mr. Speaker, we've been very clear on this, is that we are going to be reporting back to Parliament. We are looking at the 30-day deployment and renewing it. The one thing we will not do is sit idly by while innocent civilians are being killed in Iraq. The targeting of the Yazidis, of Christians, of other religious and ethnic minorities, the Kurds, we will be there to help where we can. And as Cabinet considers these options going forward, we will definitely inform the House.